thought that maybe a small office building.
Need more than a bill.
Okay, we're going to resume, please. Next speaker is Ruth Del Cole. Who's next? I did, this one. Oh, two more, three more, four more.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Ruth Dalcole, a longtime resident of Comac, who lives close to the intersection of this proposed project. I am opposed to this project for safety reasons. As you all know, we already have a high rate of serious car accidents in this area. The intersection, particularly at rush hour, is already extremely hazardous. A large gas station with a convenience store will make this intersection even more dangerous to travel. The entering and exiting of traffic due to this project will inevitably cause more accidents. There is no need for another gas station on Jericho Turnpike at this location, as there is a large station 1,000 feet to the east of the corner, as well as one further down Jericho on the north side, across from the Mayfair Shopping Center. In addition, there is already a new Hess Express about a mile due east on Jericho Turnpike. Anyone who travels this road, as I do, knows that it would be irresponsible to vote for this project. Please protect our citizens and vote no. Thank you.
Thank you. Is this Mitchell McDowell?
Hi, my name is Mitchell Migdal, resident of Smithtown, 28 years. I think I'm the first one to go on the other side of the fence and say that I do welcome Hess and their investment into our community. Ever since Hess has entered onto Jericho Turnpike, the prices of gas have gone down, and that's very good for my pocket. They've invested money, created jobs, and competition amongst the gas community here. I myself am always looking to get the cheapest price, so I am a customer of Hess. I welcome them to our community. As far as the safety issue goes, the Jericho Turnpike, yes, is a busy road. The intersection needs to be reworked maybe, but I don't think it has anything to do with the gas station. The most dangerous situation on Jericho Turnpike for gas station is the Gulf Station, where cars are backed up onto Jericho Turnpike time after time after time, creating a very dangerous and deathly situation over there. Nobody is talking about this. I feel that this needs to be also looked at. And I do welcome Hess, their investment. We need jobs. We need taxes. We need to fix a corner of our community that is a terrible, terrible eyesight for anybody coming to our community. And I welcome this business to invest their money in our community. Thank you, Hess, for coming, and thank you for listening.
Janice Fioranti?
Hi. My property backs up right to that parcel. I would like to make reference to a change that happened 20 years ago, which is immediately behind me, and the property adjacent, number 19 Haunted Road. It was originally a residential zone, and it was changed to professional zone. Everything was fine for like first 15 years, the owners had it, and it still looked like a residential type of property. 5 years ago, approximately, new owners came in. All of a sudden, we're back here at a new zoning meeting, a new change. So every time a new owner takes over, a new change takes place. Okay, so we came and we requested that they put parking in the front and maybe on the side, keep the backyard nice with the trees, everything that was there. And we were overruled. The town said, oh, they want to keep it residential looking. Well, right now, my backyard is wide open. They made a big parking lot. They cut down every single tree, 50-year-old, oak trees, nice filters, whatever. Same thing happened with the shade shop. That changed ownership. They cut down all the trees there. So from now, you look at my backyard, I can see Haunted Road, Jericho Turnpike, the intersection. It is a crazy intersection. I drive it every day, and I look out my door, and I see it every day. It's horrible there. Like the other guy said about the environmental, why were they allowed to cut down all these trees? I have no filters now, no filters. Yes, they're going to put up a buffer, they're going to plant, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, 3 years now, it's been going on, and it should have never been. They should have just done like all the other houses on Haunted Road, put the parking in the front. Not to say I'm right, but that's what the aesthetics of that already, or the residential area there, all the, like the 5 properties going south there, all have circular driveways. Now I have big, spotlights in the backyard, and it looks like a commercial property. So I don't know what the difference between professional and commercial is, but right now it looks like a commercial property, and that was a mistake made 20 years ago. Like somebody else referenced too, the trickle-down effect. It might not be shown right away, but it's going to happen down the road. You have to think about all these what-ifs. It wasn't done then, and now you're looking to maybe do it again. Think about the environmental impact.
Thank you. Edward Fioranti.
Hello, I'm a longtime Comac resident, and I am opposed to this application. I don't see the need for another gas station or convenience store in this area. If this application is approved, there'll be a 24-hour operation that will increase traffic, noise, pollution, and also disturbing lights. Deliveries of gas and store merchandise at whatever time of the day or night would also increase the flow of traffic. The access road that was constructed is already serving as a cut-through for people avoiding the light on Jericho and Haunted Road, creating even more traffic. And I tend to disagree with the traffic engineer's evaluation of the right-hand turn coming out of the station onto Jericho. At every action of that intersection lights, you have the left hand coming off Indian Head Road, heading east, traffic heading east coming off the Sunken Meadow, traffic heading east from Jericho, traffic making the right turn on Haunted Road, east on Jericho. It's nonstop traffic heading east, and it's somewhat of a, the more in and outs of that intersection will be more dangerous. And also the getting out of the station off of the Haunted Road exit, traffic at Haunted Road is backed up well beyond where the shade shop used to be, and that's going to be very difficult for customers getting out of that station to make their right-hand turn. Thank you.
Bob Visconti.
Good evening. My name is Bob Visconti. I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm one of the business owners that Kevin Byers from Ligris spoke about. I own and operate Bob's Tire and Auto Service located at 2039 Jericho Turnpike in Comac. I'm also a lifetime resident of the town of Smithtown, chose to open my business and remain living in the town to help it prosper. Recently, I made an investment of almost $500,000 into my station based on the prior denial of the Hess Corporation's application. My business plan was based on that denial, and now it's up again for approval, and it's going to directly impact my business. We're looking to eliminate a blight a quarter mile west of me, and maybe creating several other blights in the community based on an unfair change of the plan down the road. So I'd like to respectfully ask that you deny this application. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes those folks who wish to be heard. I just want to make a point. The town board is not here to approve or deny a gas station. The town board is hearing a request to change the zoning on 2 properties. And the reason for the application is if those changes of those properties were accommodated, that would then accommodate the gas station. So we're really here to either approve or deny the zone changes, not the gas station. Everybody clear there on that? Okay. So that ends the discussion on the hearing, so is somebody here? Did you wish to be heard?
I wish to be, just make some notes.
Okay, you're not going to rebut everything that was said here, are you?
No, I think I can do it very brief.
Okay. Well, listen, excuse me, it is a public hearing. People are allowed to be heard, pro or con. Well, it's true, so if you wish to speak again, I'll allow you. Yeah, no, he will have 3 minutes to rebut you.
Mr. Supervisor, it is my understanding that when an applicant makes its presentation, which we did, and then there is opposition, and the opposition indicates its opposition, comes up and speaks, the applicant has a right to rebut, and it doesn't go back and forth all night long. I'm going to make some brief comments in reply to the opposition, if I may.
Sure.
I will be brief, but you know, I don't want to have this thing going back
All
all
right,
night long.
now listen, we've had a very tranquil meeting. Let's not get all excited. We'll give him the 3 minutes to rebut some of the comments.
All right, with regard to, I guess it's the priest or the reverend come up. He's a friend of Rudy Massa. Rudy Massa support.
Come on, the clock is you know, I'm going to end the meeting. I'll end to terminate the meeting.
He's a friend of Rudy Massa. This whole hearing is not about safety, it's about competition.
right.
And that's why you have the assemblyman speaking in opposition. Because when you have friendships and you have obligations regarding those friendships, including Bud Harrelson, that is what is going on this evening. This is very organized. Many of the opposition have read from prepared statements, which I can observe appear to be the same typewritten paper, the same type of paper. So we have an...
Listen, I've been informed by the town attorney that the applicant has a right to present his application without a time limitation. So I would just ask you to indulge us
brief, Mr.
by being as
Supervisor.
quick as you can.
I'll be as quick as I can. The intersection, I've gone through that intersection since 1948 with my father and myself. I go through there at least 2-3 times a week. I've never had a problem with the intersection. It is well controlled. Now, do accidents happen? Accidents happen on straightaways. Look at the accidents that we have right in the middle of Smithtown. 2 girls were killed because of the traffic, the speed. That happens. Traffic accidents occur. But if you look at the percentage of accidents for the 15 million cars that go through that intersection, it is minuscule. And there have been no fatalities. There has been a gas station on that corner since 1954. This is strictly about competition to preclude any more development. Bob's transmission, Bob's gas station, he does repair work. He doesn't rely on gas. If he does, he's got a serious problem. He's got a transmission operation. He's got a repair operation. My dad had 3 gas stations. We did not rely on gas. We relied on repairs. Unfortunately, today, the cars go back. They're leased. They go back to the, actually, they're probably too complicated for most gas stations today to repair. They go back to the dealership. They're leased. That is why this entire industry has changed since 1948, at least since my dad had his first gas station. The intersection is as safe as that. Does it carry a lot of volume? Of course it does. Is it a safe intersection? Yes, it is. This entire exercise this evening is based upon competition. That corner can have a gasoline filling station with a building of 1,000 square feet and a convenience store of 350 square feet. What is the difference between 350 and 614? What is the difference between 1,000 and 1,231 to get a beautiful building to make that corner an attractive corner as you come into the Comac area. This has all been preordained and set up. That's what's going on here this evening, and nothing more. At the planning board hearing, which they approved it on a 4-to nothing vote, 1 abstention, there was no opposition. We have the town board hearing. Okay, we're going to bring the pressure on. We get the assemblyman. You know, Mike's been a friend of Massa for years and years. That's how it's here. I don't like to get into these things, quite frankly. But when you see the setup that's going on this evening, I hope this board, and I know this board, has more intelligence and they can see through this. Bear with me 1 second, please.
Okay.
Any intersection will have human error.
Hold on, listen. It's almost over. We've listened to the public for 2 hours. Well, okay.
Third station, is it about competition or monopoly?
Let's let him finish, please. I will have a statement of my own once he's finished, okay?
Let's put another one, let's make it 5 on the road. How many more you want?
Go ahead, please proceed.
The characterization of the convenience store by the gentleman from the executive director of Long Island Gasoline Retail Association, if he's calling 1,231 square foot store building with 614 square feet of sales area a megastore, then he can't be very knowledgeable within his industry. This is not a megastore by any stretch. This is the smallest store that has fills. A megastore would be like what Rudy has at Gasoline Heaven, a couple of thousand square feet with 1,900 square feet of basement, which was approved after the beverage place burned to the ground, and contrary to this ordinance, he was allowed to rebuild it when your ordinance says when something burns to more than 75%, and that was completely demolished, he still got the approval to put up his convenience store, which the planning department opposes any retail use, but he did get the approval. In any event, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, look behind the scene to see what's going on. Hess is making an investment, does a beautiful job, maintains the station better than anybody, and pays taxes, salaries, and sales tax. It's to the benefit of the community. The traffic aside, it's a safe intersection. I go through it 3 times a week.
Okay. No, listen to me. I want to make a statement, please, and it'll put this to rest. In all due respect, Mr. DiNicola, I think the 5 members of the board are smart enough to sift the wheat from the chaff. Absolutely. Let me finish. Absolutely. So whether someone's here because he's a friend of an owner of a gas station, or the good father came because he is a good friend of Mr. Massa, I can sift through that, me personally. I did not vote for this application 2 years ago.
I know that.
These folks here will not impress me to change my vote or to support their effort. I will make my own decision. I've heard nothing here tonight to change my mind. I speak only for me. So I've sifted through it all. I will still hold that I will not support this application. No.
Mr. Vecchio, I filled out one of those cards, but my name was never called.
All right, if we missed you, we missed you. I'm sorry.
Well, I just
Go
like
ahead,
to,
go
I just have
ahead.
a couple of questions.
All right, just give me your name, lift it up.
Okay.
Give your name and address.
All right, my name is John Fontana. I've been a resident of Smithtown for over 69 years, okay? So I know the town well.
We'll get it.
Take it and move it. Question I have to ask, because I'm not familiar exactly what I know the zoning allows the current zoning allows a gas station.
Correct.
You're looking to make it a larger retail area, is that what am I got that
Correct.
right? Can I ask about the shops, the property that the Shade Shop was on? Is that also, could be a
That's
gas
subject-
station?
That's a subject of the rezoning tonight.
So that's not really the part of a gas station originally? So he has to get that approved, that part
Correct.
approved. So there's a little more than just a few hundred square foot of retail space that we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a property that was not set up a gas station, and that has to be considered too. Am I correct when I say that?
To accommodate the gas
To accommodate the new size,
station. Correct.
he needs the shop, Shade
Correct.
Shop. So,
Correct.
so realistically, his stumbling block is not just the 200 and some odd square feet of retail space that he's asking for, that he's making such a minimal request. It's the Shade Shop, too, that has to be changed.
Correct.
Now, I want to bring up one other point. In 1954, when that gas station was built, there was no such road as the Sunken Meadow Parkway or the Sacticos Parkway. Don't these things that get developed over the years, shouldn't they have an impact on an area? I mean, that traffic that comes off that parkway wasn't there in the 50s, wasn't there in the early 60s, but it is there now. What point do we get to understand that things change, the environment changes, even though such things are zoned, we have to factor in new things that came in. On that road, that traffic that comes off there, like we said before, the cars make it illegal going north on Indian Head Road. We know there are people going to disobey the law. We know that. But we can't do anything about the five-corner intersection. So consider the fact that this is not the same intersection it was back in 1954 when that gas station was there with 2 or 3 pumps. And I say the small businessman is having a tough time today. Please defeat this request for the additional retail space and a change of zone for that Shade Shop. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll move to close the hearing.
Mr. Supervisor, can I get 1 minute?
Well, you know, it's really not fair. It really isn't.
Well, I mean, but this gentleman,
I
this
mean-
gentleman made this a personal attack on a priest, on
No,
me,
I don't think
and our
so.
character, and I think, oh,
and
yes, he
Mr.
was.
Massa,
We just-
I think I've cleared it
Okay,
up.
okay.
I really think. Second. Yes.
Yes. Councilman Wareham? Yes. Councilman Creighton? Yes. Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
My name is not.
Do you wish to be heard?
Yes, I do.
Then we'll have to undo.
My name is Linda DeMorzo. I live at 14 Sandy Hill Road, Comac. And I was going to say something about the gas station, the safety issue, but I have changed my mind. When we came here tonight, this was about a gas station, safety issues, and zoning laws. But unfortunately, Hess Corporation, I think, was inappropriate and rude and unprofessional. We did not attack the Hess Corporation and the Hess lawyers as they attacked Mr. Master, his family, and all the residents of Comac. This is not a personal issue. It's about a zoning situation. Yet he said not so nice things. Nobody here, they all talked about safety issues and the road and accidents. Nobody attacked Hess attorneys or the Hess people or the owner of the property, as Mr. Massa was attacked, and also, I think, the residents of Comac. We are not here because we're friends of Rudy. Yes, we are friends of Rudy, some of us, and some of us are just concerned citizens. And I'd like to be on the record. This was not an attack on Rudy Massa, okay? And we did not attack Hess gas station. He was inappropriate and rude. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any last person wishes to be heard? You've been heard before, ma'am? Do you have something new to add? Then let-
No. I don't think you should do that because you have your rules. I think you should abide by your rules. Everyone had opportunity to speak because if you start with one person rebutting, you will then permit everyone else to rebut. And I would.
I understand what you're saying, and I don't want to set precedent.
So,
Hearing's closed.
Hearing's already closed. Comac Community Association does not know, at least I do not know Mr. Merrill. So I'm taken aback by the fact that he said that we're all friends of his.
Okay, but what we're missing the point here is that the attorney referred to the good father, to Mr. Massa, and the friendliness of each other, and that's why the opposition seems to be so intense. I said that each of us here is smart enough to weave through all of that. And I think that's where we're at. And so I will not, I don't, if someone speaks before me or this board and makes a case opposed to something, I'm going to sift through that to find the real reason for why they're opposed. Because they like Mr. Massa isn't going to affect my thought, and I don't think it affects anyone else's thought. The issue is, and it's been mentioned, is it a safety issue? That has to be in the minds of all of us, and we will weigh that. It makes no difference who's the friend. Look, I know Father Gann for a lot of years. He's a good friend. I understand why he's here, but he also did say that he thought that was a very dangerous intersection. And that's what will weigh on my mind, not that Mr. Massa is a member of his parish. Okay, and I think every board member here feels the same way. Okay, so the hearing is closed, and we'll go to another hearing. Okay, thank you all. I like that he attacked the father, you know, it's not fair.
No, it wasn't. Or even that he attacked Rudy, he shouldn't have done that. Oh, yeah. But then they go back over, what we're doing now is arguing.
I'm Corey Adwar, Smithtown. Yeah. So you're the main applicant. ADWAR. You're the attorney for it. Oh, excellent. It'll be this coming Thursday. Yeah. So yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, how am I going to get the hair?
We have a meeting to continue. Would you please exit if you wish? Item number 3, the town board to consider proposed amendments to chapter 160 of the Code of the Town of Smithtown entitled Firearms as it relates to exceptions. Mr. Zola?
There is no 2. That's been canceled. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We're all aware of that.
What do you have to do, Maureen? That was adjourned by letter request, number 2.
No, we're talking about number 3,
We'll go to
Mrs.
number 2.
Zolo.
Yeah, we'll do that hearing first.
Number 2 has been canceled. Number 3, proposed amendments to Chapter 160.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the Town Board. My name is John Zolo, Town Attorney for the Town of Smithtown. You have before you tonight a proposed amendment to Chapter 160 of the Town Code entitled Firearms. Just briefly, firearms is defined in Section 160-2 of that code to include slingshot and bow and arrows. And what we recognized when proposing this amendment that there was an issue with respect to bow and arrows too close to residential units, to residences, so the code has been changed as indicated so that you cannot use a weapon, a firearm within 500 feet of a dwelling, school or occupied structure or a park, beach, playground, or any other place of outdoor recreation or non-recreational activities. This amendment is just designed to clarify this issue for the future and to make it safe for residents surrounding someone who might be using a bow and arrow. So unless anyone has any questions on it, that would conclude my presentation on this matter.
I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Item number 2 on the agenda, which was a special exception petition, has been canceled at the request of the applicant. You want to read these next things?
Correspondence. Number 1, special event, Neff Cure Foundation Annual Carnival at the Smith Haven Mall, second reading. Number 2, special event, Greater Smithtown Chamber of Commerce, second reading. Number 3, parade run walk, Greater Smithtown Chamber of Commerce, 5K Run of the Bull, second reading. Number 4, parade run walk, Smithtown Elementary School, bike safety rodeo, second reading. Special event, Kings Park students for Santa World Carnival fundraiser, second reading. Number 6, parade run walk, St. James Chamber of Commerce, St. Patrick's Day parade, second reading. Number 7, parade walk, Suffolk County Girl Scouts 100th anniversary parade, first reading. Number 8, parade run walk, St. James Chamber of Commerce annual Halloween parade, first reading. Number 9, special event, St. James Chamber of Commerce St. James Day, first reading. Number 10, parade run walk, Smithtown Children's Foundation 5K run walk, first reading. Number 11, parade run walk, Ronkonkoma Rotary annual 4-mile run, first reading. Number 12, Building Department report for January 2012. Number 13, parade run walk, Knights of Columbus Memorial Day parade, first reading. 14, parade run walk, Nesquag River State Park Foundation Sunset Run or Walk, first reading. Number 15, parade run walk, Kings Park Youth Baseball Opening Day parade, first reading.
Anybody wish to be heard for or against the granting of those permits? We'll move on.
Advertise for public hearing. Town Board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held at the Eugene Canataro Center on the 22nd of March to consider proposed amendments to Chapter 112-25 of the Code of the Town of Smithtown entitled Building Construction. Resolutions.
No, it has to be voted.
All right.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes.
Resolutions. The town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for the following bids to be returned to the town hall on the dates indicated. A, bid number 12-014, sodium hypochlorite, March 15, 2012. B, bid number 12-011, catch basin cleaning unit on March 15, 2012.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes.
Town board to authorize the award of the following bids and to authorize the purchase of the associated goods and services. Bid number 12-002, outboard motor to Accurate Marine Incorporated, as per the bids opened on February 9th, 2012.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. Mr. Wareheim?
Number 3, do we want to vote these individually, Mr. Supervisor? Or?
As you prefer, I think you need to refer to each one by letter, and then we'll move on.
Okay. Number 3, Town Board approve the following. A is Town Clerk to issue a parade run walk permit, Smithtown Chamber of Commerce, annual 5K run. B, Town Clerk to issue a parade run walk permit, Smithtown Elementary PTA, annual bike rodeo. C, Town Clerk to issue parade run walk permit to St. James Chamber of Commerce, annual St. Patrick's Day parade. D, Town Clerk to issue a special event permit, Kings Park students for a Santa World Fair. Excuse me. E, Town Clerk to issue a special event permit to Neff Cure Foundation, annual carnival, Smith Haven Mall. F, Town Clerk to issue a special event permit, Smithtown Chamber of Commerce.
What happened to the voice, the sound?
G, Highway Department. G, Highway Department to purchase a wheel loader from Komatsu America Corp. H, Town Attorney or appropriate official to enter into stipulation of settlement or agreement and consent to the entry of an order with regard to various tax certiorari matters.
I, Matthew Lankowitz, Safety Officer, and Michael Engelman, Solid Waste Coordinator with the Department of Environment and Waterways, to attend the Hazardous Materials Incident Response Operation Refresher Course. J, retain the services of Bond, Schoeneck and King, PLLC, as Labor Counsel for the Town of Smithtown. K, the Highway Department to issue a drill press, or purchase a drill press from MSC Industrial Supply Corp. L, Highway Department to purchase a Form 1 bucket from All Island Equipment Corp. M, rescission of Resolution 2010-14 of the Town Board meeting held on January 5th, 2010 regarding designation of official town newspaper, and designation of the Smithtown Messenger as official town newspaper for the Town of Smithtown, effective April 1, 2012. O, James Cordray, Urban Forester, and Robert Bourget, Urban Forester of the Department of Environment and Waterways, to attend a one-day Cornell University Cooperative Extension course. P, schedule work session for Tuesday, February 28th, 2012 at 10 a.m. at Town Hall. Q, rescind Town Board approval of rental rates for trucks, loaders, and graders for snow removal and other Highway Department work pursuant to the attached schedule. R, the Town Board to approve rental rates for truck loaders, graders, and snow removal and other department highway work pursuant to the attached schedule. S, adoption of amendment, Chapter 322, zoning of the Town Code, re tree removal in site plan exemptions. And that's all.
That's as per A through S. Is that correct? Mr. Clerk?
Yes.
Okay.
Councilman Malloy?
No on E, yes on all of the others.
Councilman Creighton?
No on E, yes on all the others.
Councilman Wareheim?
No on E, yes on the others.
Councilman McCarthy?
No on E, M, and N, yes on the others.
And Supervisor Vecchio?
No on E, M, and N, yes on the others.
Number 4, the Town Board, after due study and deliberation of subject record, issue a secret negative declaration determination of non-significance, An EIS is not necessary. A, application for site plan approval by Pastor Scott Ingvelson for Grace Church. B, Town Board's own motion to amend Chapter 322 of the Town Code regarding showrooms, microbreweries, etc., dated February 17, 2012.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Number
Mr.
5.
McCarthy?
The Town Board to authorize the acceptance of the following 5A through D. A, donations, B, donations, B, a bank check, and D, a cashier's check, as per the printed agenda.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Abstain on C, yes on A, B, and D.
And Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes on all.
The Town Board to authorize the controller to execute the following as per A through N of the printed agenda, transfers and increase in revenue codes as per the printed agenda.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
The Town Board to authorize the supervisor to execute the following on a form approved by the town attorney as per 7A through D, an agreement with Civic Plus, an agreement with E-Retrieval LLC for electronics waste, easement with the State of New York Parks and Recreation, and agreement with Auctions International Equipment Auctions.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Item number 8, the Town Board to approve the settlement in the following per recommendations of the town attorney per 8A, B, and C. The amount of $7,752.30, A, B, $12,156.89, and C, settlement for property damages, $13,356.89.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Item number 9, the Town Board authorizes the release of the following 9A through C, performance bond, Bank of Smithtown irrevocable letter of credit.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Abstain on A, yes on B and C.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Item number 10, personnel. The Town Board to approve the following personnel matters as to A through G, and there'll be one read-on number H and I'll read part-time appointment, seasonal appointment promotion, full-time appointment except volunteer and medical leave of absence, and the read on H is a return from medical leave, return from unpaid medical leave for an employee of the town attorney's office.
Yeah.
Councilman Malloy.
Good thing you remembered.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. I'll move to close the meeting.
Supervisor, we have
Water
water.
Well, I know that, and I'm going to open. I'm going to close this
Before
meeting.
you close this meeting, Mr. Supervisor, just, there was a matter number 2, which
Also has
was closed,
speakers.
but it should be adjourned to the next available evening meeting in April. That's the Santilli
It was the
Commercial
public hearing?
Developers. It's a
Public
public
hearing?
hearing, but it should be adjourned to a new date, and then they just have to post the property for the next hearing date.
But have they requested the new date?
Yes, I have.
Could
a
you just
letter.
read us the letter, please? I haven't seen it.
Yep. Yes, it's a letter dated February 14, 2012, received by the town clerk on February 15th. To the members of the town board, dear sirs, please treat this letter as a request for an adjournment of this hearing to certified mailing as required by section 322-80B3 did not occur in time in the time frame required. As such, as the attorney for the applicant, I'm requesting that the hearing be adjourned until March 22nd, 2012, the next public hearing session of the town board. Thank you sincerely, Leonard J. Shaw. It's my understanding that March 22nd meeting has been canceled, so the next meeting would be in April.
No, not
Oh,
canceled.
no. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's being adjourned. It has to be, it was canceled.
I don't agree that it should be adjourned. I think it should be canceled and let them repost and let them redo the mailings because the people will not know properly.
And the
They
town is-
weren't here, they should have did their case. We should not, I don't think we should adjourn it. I think we should turn it
Only-
down and move to let them
The only thing I
reapply.
point out to you, that would be an expense to the town because we have to bear the expense.
Well,
of
that's okay, but at
advertising.
least the people will know exactly when the hearing is
That's-
properly. The people in Kings Park will not all of a sudden find out we had a hearing and it wasn't reposted and re-advertised.
That's town board's prerogative then.
That's my motion. Not to adjourn, to cancel.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio. Councilman
Yes.
Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
You'll advise the applicant?
I'll take care of it, yes.
Okay, we need to reconvene for the Board of Water Commissioners.
Okay. Board of Water Commissioners to authorize the following. Do you have to reconvene or you want?
We'll reconvene.
Board of Water Commissioners to authorize the following. Supervisor Patrick R. Vecchio to sign an amendment to the collective bargaining agreement with the Smithtown Administrative Guild concerning the position of the Water District Superintendent on form approved by the town attorney. And item number 2, the full-time appointment of Christopher Nisted to the position of Water District Superintendent, Smithtown St. James Water District, at a rate of pay of $52.50 per hour, subject to a 26-week probationary period effective February 27, 2012.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. To be heard, Sandy Trahey, 4 Roundtree Drive.
My name is Sandy Trey, and I'm a concerned resident of the town of Smithtown. According to the Smithtown Town Code, Ethics Code, Section 30-4A, no official or employee shall engage in any act that is in conflict or gives the appearance of conflict with the performance of the official's or employee's duties. Goes on to say, every officer and employee of the town of Smithtown shall endeavor to pursue a course of conduct which will not raise suspicion among the public that he or she is likely to be engaged in acts that are in violation of his or her trust. I will now read from portions of a letter from Ed Marr, Chair of the Smithtown Democratic Committee, who could not be here tonight. This is from Ed Marr, Chair of the Smithtown Democratic Committee. Request for Smithtown Board of Ethics investigation. Attention Town Board members. Residents of the town of Smithtown have recently received the results of a grand jury investigation released on February 7th by Suffolk County District Attorney Tom Spoda, which describes improper and possibly illegal actions by members of the Smithtown's government. To say the least, there is outrage at the discoveries contained in the report and disappointments in its findings. This is a formal demand that the town board orders Smithtown's Town Ethics Board to start an official investigation of this matter. Their investigation should include, but not be limited to, the demolition of both properties contained in this report, the former Nassau-Suffolk lumber yard and the Community Hospital of Western Suffolk. Our Ethics Board should address the following issues. 1, to confirm the identities of the parties named in the report. The Smithtown News reported that employee A is Supervisor Vecchio. Others also have been named by the Smithtown News and other news organizations. 2, employee A had complete disregard for the health of his constituents. He pressured the owner of the lumber yard located near schools and residential properties, according to the town board, to demolish buildings without concern for known carcinogens like asbestos. 3, employee A pressured employee C to violate town code. It is clear that from the report that employee C did not act on his own and was subject to his boss's directions, although he could have prevailed upon current whistleblowing options inherent in the Code of Ethics. 4, employee A put pressure on other town employees to assist him in violating town laws. 5, employee A used his office and Smithtown tax funds to entice developer A to break the town code. 6, employee A deprived taxpayers of other revenues as stated in the grand jury report. 7, re-election campaign strategies were discussed in employee A's town office, hall office, violating campaign laws. 8, town ethics code deficiencies still exist as stated in the grand jury report. The people of Smithtown have a right to know which town officials knew what and when and failed to speak out. Of note, Councilwoman Pat Bianconella was the only town official who brought this matter to the attention of the proper authorities. Summary. Anyone trying to cloak employee A's actions with good intentions is trying to create a smokescreen or cover-up. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Testimony in the grand jury report says that employee A's intentions were to have something to use for his re-election campaign, a clear abuse of political power for personal profit. I'm hoping for Smithtown's sake that something more than a slap on the wrist comes to the Town Ethics Board's investigation. Our elected officials take an oath of office to serve and protect. Something has gone wrong, terribly wrong in Smithtown. If the members of this town board are not to be a part of any cover-up, then I expect you to order the Smithtown Ethics Board to commence an investigation and to publicly announce so no later than March 6, 2012. Sincerely, Ed Marr, Chair, Smithtown Democratic Committee.
Mrs. Trahey, since you referenced me in that report,
Yes, sir.
did you read it?
Yes.
Okay. Who made the statements that I was pressuring him?
Well, since you didn't testify, apparently, it was a number of different people.
It was the developer.
There were a number of different people
It
in
was the
there.
developer. Are you aware that the developer is a convicted felon?
Yes, I am.
Are you aware that the developer spent time in prison?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you would stand there and quote the record of what he said against my record,
I'm
the words
quoting the
of
grand
a
jury
convicted
report.
felon. Well, yes, and what did the grand jury report at the end? Was there any criminal conduct involved?
There was no decision to indict.
Okay, I end my case. Yes.
I just might add that this board has no authority to direct the Board of Ethics to do anything. If you have a complaint or a letter that you want to file with the Board of Ethics, you can address that letter to the Board of Ethics, and it'll be referred to them for handling if you have a complaint you want to file.
The Board of Ethics has an office and an address to mail to?
It would be to the office of the town, it would be to addressed to the Board of Ethics, Town of Smithtown. I believe it's P.O. Box 9090, addressed to the Board of Ethics, and it will be handled by them. And that's how the matter should proceed if you intend to file a complaint
Well,
or request.
I will leave this with you. And
Richard
I will
Masalaro.
address the letter at a later date, I suppose.
that?
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, Town Board members. My name is Richard Masalaro, and I have been a resident of Kings Park for a little more than 20 years. I am here this evening to discuss the findings and recommendations of the grand jury investigation released on February 7th by the Suffolk County District Attorney Tom Spoda. The report describes the improper and unethical actions by members of the Smithtown government regarding the demolished former Nassau Suffolk lumber yard, commercial parcel A on Main Street. The unlawful demolition did not adhere to accepted protocol for the asbestos removal and therefore endangered the health of Smithtown residents. The town government is sworn to protect the health and welfare of its citizens. As editorialized in the Smithtown News, according to the grand jury report, town officials offered a tax incentive package to developer A if he hurried the demolition prior to the March 1st, 2009 tax status date. The removal of the buildings would have lowered the assessment on the land by $40,000, but since only watersheds and a storage building were finally demolished, the assessment reduction was a tenth of that amount, or $4,000. Given the current and fiscal crisis, elected officials must attempt to ensure that corporations and individuals pay their fair share of taxes. The grand jury further determined that the unlawful demolition secured an immediate fiscal advantage to developer A to the disadvantage of the town and others. The town government should not conspire to reduce tax levies for business and friends at the expense of its citizens. Testimony in the grand jury says that employee A's intentions will have something to do with his re-election campaign. The town government was more concerned about politics than governance. In Newsday's edition, February 7th edition, an article entitled "Grand Jury, No Criminality in Suffolk Smithtown Case" reports no one will be charged. While paying fines, issuing a host of summonses, circumventing town codes, political expedients, and the utter disregard for residents' health and safety may not constitute no findings of criminal activity. However, therein lies the problem. Finally, the grand jury reports the following actions. In order to protect the laws of and required of the town of Smithtown and the best interests of its citizens, Smithtown must amend the Code of Ethics to mandate that any public servant who has personal knowledge concerning an activity known to be in violation of town code has an affirmative obligation to immediately report that violation to appropriate town departments. 2, adopt a statute that authorizes the removal of any public service who engages in misconduct, malfeasance, or nonfeasance in public office, consistent with the provisions of New York state laws. I ask that the town board adopt the recommendations of the grand jury. Thank you.
Peter Vander, oh, I'm sorry.
No, Mr. Supervisor, just the grand jury report, just so it's clear, those are recommendations, and my office is reviewing that and assessing it, and we will advise the town board of what our recommendation is to the town board based upon the grand jury report.
Thank you.
Peter Vander Jask, is that, did I read that correct? I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Put down here in my word.